Recording in progress. Get ready to get down and get up. That's what we're going to do today. So, the people that just came on and we were talking, I'm setting the stage. So, if you pull this one up, get your room ready so that you can actually stand and then get in the floor and then get up. And we're going to do it multiple ways today because it's a very important thing for you to go to if you do find yourself in the floor or anywhere. Okay, here we go. So here's my little room, and here's my little pad, and here's my chair. My chair is a very sturdy chair. Okay, it's a very sturdy chair because I have very tall people in my family. I want to make sure that we're all the way up. Okay, so you can do this even with a folding chair. All right, so I'm going to turn it like this so you can really see what I'm doing. So I'm in the floor, and I think you can see all this if I keep back here. Okay, so we're going to get warmed up. It's good to see everybody. Listen, I am so impressed with all of you who pulled this thing up. Here's my pad. Here's my chair. Okay, see the setup? Because I'm going to step up into the pad carefully with bare feet. I'm going to step down, and I'm not going to do a lot of repeated type exercise like moves. I'm going to go from one move to the next move to the next move today. So I'm going to stand here. I'm going to step wide. I'm going to say rib cage up. And every time I say breathe, that means breathe through your nose. So that means shut your mouth. I know it's very hard to do when you're talking. So here I go. See here? I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm going to go halfway down. I'm going to come back up. I'm warming up. And when I come up, I drop my shoulders. I pull my elbows down and back. And very, very, very important here, soften my knees. But my hip hinge is really working. This move, and if you were to go all the way into the chair, it might be like too much yet. I'm waking things up. Then I'm going to come back, step here. I'm going to turn. I'm going to step onto my little platform with a hip hinge, with rib cage up, shoulders down, breathing through the nose. Do you see how I'm stepping in? And then I turn, and I turn, and I step in. Do you see the hip hinge? I drop my shoulders. I just press in. I just do about 2 or 3. See how I'm getting my joints going? Then I turn around, and I step up. Then I step off. Then I step to the side. Then I step back. Then I step up. I step off. I step to the side. Look and see where you're going. And I slide to the back. Okay? Now I'm going to step over here in front of the chair again. Step wide, so at least the width of your chair legs. Okay? So all the parameters of good posture, what are they? Very first thing, breathe through your nose, drop your shoulders. Say rib cage up. The minute you say rib cage up, or you even, many times, I've stood behind somebody and I've put my fingertips, I don't even pull. I just put my fingertips. I find the rib cage. There's a joke there somewhere, but I won't go there. I find the rib cage and I act like I'm pulling it up. By just doing that, you have just given yourself a huge boost in your breathing capacity to help you because it gets the air, the oxygen into your lungs finally. Because if you're all hunkered down here, hunkered down, you know what I mean? You can't breathe. Okay, so breathe in through the nose, rib cage up, soften the knees, go into like you're going to sit down, but you don't. We're only going to do this 2 or 3 times. down, but you don't sit down. Then when you come up, what are you gonna do with your arms? Yeah, you're out here. You're gonna go pull, breathe, shut your mouth, drop your shoulders. Yeah, pull that chin back. And then come back down and come back down and come back down and sit. I know it. You finally sit. So if you're in a normal chair, and some of you are fun sized, you know, it will be to your scale. I'm not saying you're, you know, like a little tiny person. I'm just saying you're fun size. So when you're down here in the chair, you bring your hands, pull those elbows back as you push your shoulders down, as you take a breath into the nose. Then you're gonna lead the core and you're pushing into the heels and coming up. Now right here is when you squeeze, right here. You gotta activate the gluteals. Yes. Go back down, hold it for just a second or two, maybe 5 or 10. See, I'm not sitting, but I'm pushing into the heels, breathing through the nose. Then I go down, then I go back, then bring your hands way up into a Y. You got it? Bring those elbows back. And now we're gonna start our little move into the floor. So once you've done some repeat steps, and we've moved side to side, we've moved our arms, we're breathing. Now we're gonna rotate. So before, if you are just like hating to get, you're going, oh geez, I don't want to get in the floor. Fine, just do this, okay? Come to the center, shoulders are down, yes. Rib cage is up, yes. Breathe through the nose, yes. Knees, feet are wide. As my chair right here, turn, drop one knee, pull yourself back till you feel that stretch reflex right there. Drop your shoulders, big breath through the nose. And here I'm gonna introduce right now a little breathing techniques as we're doing this move, because this move really does feel really good. Even if you have some joints replaced or you've got a joint talking to you, if you're helping yourself by standing, sitting, moving in a neutral spine, which is what I hope you're in right now. See, I keep, anytime I touch my chin, I want you to kind of be reminded that you need to do a chin tuck, okay? Keep your teeth together. And as that knee is down there, take a big breath, and here's the breathing technique. Breathe in through your nose right now. And then when you get to the very top of you think I can't breathe anymore, just do a real quick with your mouth shut. That little extra breathe in at the end really helps to open up the alveoli. All right. Now we're gonna turn. Now we're gonna turn. Now we're gonna turn. We're gonna breathe through the nose in, and then right at the top, breathe in a little more, and then come back down. So that little technique when you're out breathing air outside and getting oxygenated, number one, if you're not standing up and opening up your lungs, all that heave-hoing that you're doing is not getting in as efficiently as it could. Okay, so see how I'm doing this? I'm moving my feet, I'm moving my ankles. See back here, my toes are very flexed. Then I turn and I flex the other one. So if you, excuse me, I got frogs in my throat this morning. See, I'm pushing my knee down, I'm pushing myself back, keeping my chin tucked. Okay, and then I'm gonna rotate. So I'm working through my ankle, my foot, my knee, my hip, my back, keeping my shoulders down. Then if I add just this open arm, take a breath. Okay, breath. So anytime I say take a breath, I'm meaning shut your mouth. That's what I'm really wanting to tell you. Okay, so that's shut your mouth, breathe through your nose, drop your shoulders, pull. Now bring your arms down Now we're going to do these one more time. We're going to take our arms now and we're going to go open like that. Then we're going to lean in and we're going to thread the needle. We're going to go underneath that leg that is on the outside. And then you're going to come back up and open that arm back. Keep your shoulder down and do a little tuck under. See, I'm reaching underneath my knee and I'm turning. So I'm attempting to get you to work in all kinds of planes of motion with a very simple move that you're familiar with. See how I'm knees down, yeah? So I'm gonna open my arm here first. Take a breath. One more. See that I did that last little breathe in. Then I'm gonna thread the needle, so to speak. So here's the deal. If I were with most of you right now, and you're tottering here on the edge of your chair, and if you're fun sized, I know you're like you're trying to tell me, Jeannie, I can't touch. I don't know what to tell you. You have to get short little chairs. Anyway, if you think you're going to fall over, of course, hang on to your chair, however you need to, but rib cage is up. See, as I lean in, this is crucial. Breath. One more. See that? I'm going to thread now. See how I'm leaning? I'm leaning in, but I'm leaning in for my hip hinge. I'm keeping my chin tucked and I'm reaching my hand under that knee. And then when I come up, see, I'm pushing on the toe and I'm pushing into the heel and I'm coming back. So I could actually turn this move into a superior training move for strength work. We're doing mobility, but it does take strength. See this? So here's the thing. I would come right now, if I were with just you, and I would just touch right here and maybe right here at your back. Because I want to feel that you're pushing through your heel and you're engaging in order to push yourself up. See, I don't want the back to get me up. I want to be pushing here to get me up. I hope this is all making sense. You're going to need these muscles to do the next part of the class. Okie dokie. And to get yourself up off the floor in case you've fallen or something more pleasant. You want to get in the floor and play with your grandkids or whatever. Or, as I suggested earlier, get in the floor and pick up little pieces of Dove chocolate that you left around. See? And AJ's the one who gives them to me, so it's not my fault. Okay, drop your shoulders. Yes. Rib cage up. Yes. You're breathing. When you take that big breath, every once in a while, what I want you to do is take that final breathe in. So it's a breathing. That's one of many of the breathing techniques. It's very simple to do that will help you. That starts a cascade of chemical reactions in your body because you've got an inspiration in your lungs of air, of fresh air and oxygen. It's the best if you do it outside. So see how I'm like this, rib cage is up, chin is tucked. Now I'm just gonna go right on down. So I'm right here, and however you need to do it, you might need to have, another something that you're gonna hold on to help yourself down, or you can just use your chair. So once I'm here, again, I'm putting pressure in this leg, and I'm easing myself to the floor, okay? Flower. F-O-W-E-R, flower. Oh, that'd be flower. Anyway, I digress. I just do this to irritate my teachers out there. That's all. That's the only reason that I persist in these slaughter of the English language. Well, and it depends. Elisa doesn't think I'm slaughtering it. She understands me. Okay, so I'm right here. I don't know. I'm in a mood today. You have to get in these moods or you'd be down in the mud most of the day. So hopefully this is going to get you out of the mud today. So you see what I'm doing? Yeah, I'm persisting on this knee for a reason. Okay. This is my hip replace. This is my knee replace. I'm going to do it on the other side. However, some of you, this might be uncomfortable for. It might hurt. You don't want to ever do a move that hurts. That's when you use these little things. You just simply put this in place and you're on the pad. Now, are you going to have a pad if you're outside and you're down on the ground? No, but this is just to help you to maintain and to go through some of the moves that we're going to do today. So see what I'm doing? So I just put that little pad on there. I'm giving you a suggestion. If you don't think you need it, fine. Don't use it. Okay. So here I am. Then I'm going to come right here and I'm going to bring that leg back. See that? And now I'm going to be on this leg. So instead of getting back up, which I could have, but I'm afraid to get you back on the chair because if I get you back on the chair, you might stay there. And why do I know this? I know slugs, okay? And I don't want to get you back in the chair yet. So see what I did? I just changed my stable leg that's on the ground. Yeah, this is my knee replace side. It does not bother my knee for me to kneel. Some of you, it bothers. That's why you need to use maybe a pad. But I'm going to encourage you to persist at using whatever you need to try to do what I'm doing, okay? So I'm going to go from here. And instead of taking this leg back now and doing all fours right now, I'm just going to slide this leg out a little bit. And what am I going to do? I'm going to lean my whole body toward this leg. But here's the deal. I don't want this foot to be way under here. You can do it a little bit, but I want you to slide that leg out so that it's a pretty good straight drop from your knee to your ankle. That's what I'm trying to achieve. Then as I drop and as I stay into this move, now is when I do that tiny little bit of a hyperextension. So see, I'm pushing back with my upper body. Take a breath. One little tiny breath in at the end of that big inspiration. That's what I want you to try to work on, okay? Then I'm going to come out of this. See that? Then I'm going to put my knee down, okay? Now I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to bring this knee up, and this knee is harder to bring up because this knee doesn't bend quite properly. So if I have to lean to the side to bring that up, that's okay. Okay, then see how I'm stepping out? Again, if you need this under your knee, do it. Put it under your knee. Okay, here's my chair. See how I'm leaning out? See how I'm pushing my whole leg out? And so what am I actually trying to do? You can do like this just to see how far the knee will bend. Pull your heel under. But then take the whole leg, slide it forward so that my knee is right in line with my ankle and I'm way out here. See how I've opened this? Then I'm going to do just a little bit of a hyperextension, keep my chin tucked. Big breath through the nose. Take that little, breathe in. It won't be much. And you'll even think, well, what good does that do? It does a lot of good. They've studied this stuff and they measure all the chemicals changes with that little short breathe in. One more. And then let it out. See how I'm into this position? Do you see here? Woo! And then you come back. And then you pull this back. Now you've opened up both hips. Yay. Now I'm going to be on my hands and knees with my elbows in my chair. See this? See this? Yes. Drop your shoulders. So this is the training that I wish, if you want to be independent, you want to get out and you want to do some skiing, you want to do some, hiking, you want to do whatever, and you're going to sometimes trip or you're going to fall. You're going to for sure fall if you're skiing. You're going to be in the ground. What are you going to do? You got to have enough core strength to get yourself up, right? So as we're getting into the floor, And we're going to go ahead and stand up and then come back down. So I'm just warning you. I'm worried about a few of my slugs out there that if I stand you up, you might not get back down, but I'm going to have faith that you're going to do that. Okay, so see how I'm doing? I'm making corrections right now that you don't even see. My elbows are in the chair. My shoulders are pushing down. My tummy is in. My toes are underneath. See how they're curled underneath? They're in real big flexion. Okay? I'm going to push on my toes. I'm going to drop my shoulders, and I'm going to bring my knees off the ground as I push into my elbows. Just like that. I'm going to hang out here for a couple of seconds. I'm going to breathe. Keep your shoulders down. I'm going to breathe. Keep your shoulders down. I'm going to breathe. Keep your shoulders down. Hold it. Now push. Come up. Push your heels down. Push your butt back. We're going to a big thoracic lats stretch. Here we go. Push your butt back. Now come back. Step in, and come up. See how I brought my shoulders up? Come up, and now drop your shoulders. Okay, now don't step away from your chair. I'm worried I'm going to lose some of my slugs right now. Okay, come back down. Here we go. I'm getting so hot right now. I got to turn on my fan. Okay. Here we go. I'm right here in front of my chair. Come now right into your elbows. Now we're getting down a whole different way. I told you I was going to show you 2 or 3 different ways that I want you to practice. This is the training that you need to do to move so you can get up and down. So here I am. I'm right here. Now I'm going to slip one leg out and then the other leg. I'm not going to go all the way down. My shoulders are down, and I'm going to hinge and go down and hover again over the floor. See how my legs are free? My knees are free swinging here. Drop your shoulders. Go into the elbows. Breath. Breath. Come back up and come back. Then bring one leg beside the chair. Push one leg back. Now you're going to wide open. So now this is an extreme version of what I just did as I was getting down. But I'm doing this right off the chair. Got my elbows in the little pad. Really opening that hip. Bring your legs straight again in the back. Try to put your heel down. That's going to get into the calf, the Achilles, the foot. Oh my goodness. Then you're going to come back and you're going to drop your hips into the chair. Drop your shoulders. Take a big breath. Take a big breath. Now bring that hip up. Now bring the opposite leg up a little. And then you're going to go to the side of the other chair with your other leg. Okay? And now you're going to hang out down here. Drop your shoulders again. Take a big breath. You're wide open now. Yeah, this is my hip replace side. It's not a problem at all. Take a big breath. Drop your shoulders. And you're really going into this. Then you're going to come up. Bring that leg back. Heels down. Drop so that your ears are right next to your biceps. Then you're just going to be there for just a second. Then you're going to come down and you're going to hang again. And you're going to come back. And your tummy is super tight. And then you're going to come back. We're only going to do this 3 times. Here we go. Up. Push back. And then come back down. And go right into your knees. Okie dokie. Now you would think that I would go right to the hands and knees position. But no, I'm not. I dreamed about all this last night, y'all. I'm kidding. I study this stuff. Okay, see how I'm inching myself back? Do you see that? So I'm going to do one of the most beneficial moves for your back, your shoulders, your core. I'm pulling, my fingers are on the back of my chair, and I'm pushing my butt back as I reach my shoulders way up. My tummy's tight. So at this point, your ear should be right at your bicep, starting of your deltoid, I guess. Take a big deep breath and hang out here just for a second. Pull and pull, push and pull. Push and pull, push and pull, and then come back up. Ease into a modified plank position right here, and then do it one more time. So grab hold of the back of the chair, shoulders come way out, reaching, you're pushing your butt back, and you're hanging on to the back of the chair at the same time. Now roll the back up as you're pushing yourself up, okay? So you're right here, yes. Now, before you go into the floor, we're not done yet. I know some of you are like, get down on the floor already. No, we got more surprises. More surprises. Here we go. So I'm right here. See how I'm leaning out? My tummy's tight. My butt's tight. Shoulders are down. Now I'm going to rotate. Now I'm going to rotate. So this is my hip replaced. This is my knee replaced. I know. And some of you have both hips replaced. And some of you have very newly replaced knees, and you may need to have the pad under the knee at this point. Do you see how I'm opening this out as far as I feel I can? You see that? Then I want to rotate it back down. So I know what's out there on social media. If you're ever doing social media, I kind of keep my finger on the pulse of it. Sometimes I just roll my eyes and say, oh my gosh. And then sometimes there's good suggestions. However, if you try to do some of the things with hips replaced and knees replaced that they're showing, it's not necessary to hurt yourself in order to have good mobility, okay? I'm doing it right now. You see this move? See how I've opened? I'm using this. I have this under my knee if I need it. I don't. I have a carpet and it doesn't bother my knee. Okay, so rib cage up again. Take the breath. And again, that one little tiny last inspiration. And you see how I've kept this open and then I rotate it down? Yeah, now I'm gonna switch. So now this one comes up. So you're right here. And now you're gonna just open that leg way back as far as you can. Go to the other hand, really open it, and then rotate the knee down and then come back. Okay, so this is just a great technique that will spare your joint. It will give it mobility without the pressure in certain moves that can push somebody with a replaced joint over the edge. I hope this is making sense to you. And for those of you who don't have joints replaced, but you might have some arthritis or you might have back issues, this applies to you as well. See what I'm doing? See how I'm rotating my knee down? And then I rotate it way out. And I just open out and look. Now I'm ready to go to the floor. And if I need to, I will put this under my knees. Okay? So here I am, hands and knees in the floor. Okay? I think I put an extra W in there. Floor, floor. I know it's supposed to be floor, but it just kind of doesn't feel right. Okay, here we go. Some of you should be rolling your eyes about now. Okay, are you ready? So see how I'm going to push back? Now here's the deal. This totally shocked me when I got my knee replaced. Yeah, it's tight. So see, I can only go so far. And if I persist and I actually force it, well, I'm going to be popping a knee out. And we don't want that, do we? So see what I'm going to do? I'm going to push my hips back. And there would be some, you know, disciplines, I will say. I won't name any specifically. They'll have people pushing you back. They better not push somebody back with a replaced joint. You move and you want to move efficiently. but you don't want to damage your joint. So see how I've done this now 2 or 3 times, and I'm on my hands and knees, and I'm dropping my shoulders, and now I'm gonna let myself down into the floor. I don't know if you see my dog Mac is standing here looking at me, wondering what in the world I'm doing. Oh, he's doing the same thing. You can learn from dogs and cats stretching themselves. Hi, Mac. Okay, come over here. They can't see you. They can't see what I'm doing. Come over here. I don't know what he wants. Okay, here we go. Shoulders down. Are you going to do this with me, Mac? Mac's my old man. He thinks I'm trying to play with him. This is how I get in the floor. I play with my dogs. So every time I get in the floor, they think I'm going to play with them. Okay, do you see what I'm doing? I'm staying in this position for a little bit. If you have fallen or you have just taken a fall on the hill, before you rush to get yourself up, take a moment to just reorient. This kind of a hips down, and you can go toe down, or you can go flex or point your toe. Oh, he's given up. He's laid down now. Okay. This will help get your back, because a lot of times when you fall, you tighten and you'll wrench your back. Well, if you want to get up and feel better, take a few seconds to do what I'm doing right now. Yeah, drop your shoulders, drop your chin, and just let your back go into a hyperextension. Okay. Then you can go ahead and get up. Now we'll get up from this position in just a moment. But right now I'm going to roll to the side. Okay. That's number 1. Bring your knee up. Number 2, lower yourself down. Number 3, keep your chin tucked. Come back up. Just like that. Put that leg down. Roll to the other side. Bring your knee up and lower yourself down. And then come back and come back in. Now I kept your knee pretty bent. See, on that move. See that? So before I go to the next move, I'm going to push into my elbows with my shoulders down. I'm going to lift my butt right there. Yeah, and I'm on my knees. I'm going to crawl myself back, push myself back, do the very same thing down here that I did up here. So do you see this, the progression? So now I'm going to put my forehead down. I'm going to go back as far as I can with my hands above my shoulders here, but it's supported because I have my elbows down and my hands down. So once I've done that, take a big deep breath. Then from this position, I'm going to rotate, put my little butt down, bring my knee up, extend right here. So see, this is where your hip hinge really comes into play. So once you have, so I'm on my elbow, shoulders in, breathing through the nose. So instead of just going here, now we're going to extend, we're moving. So we're doing whole ranges of motion in the floor. Okay, I know it's floor. That just sounds weird, floor. Okay, and then I'm going to come back. See that? Then I'm going to come in, and then I'm pushing myself up, and I'm going to roll to the other side. See this? So I'm down here. Here is this leg under here, and it's going to go way out here now. See that? The underneath leg is under. The top leg is going to go across now. And now I hip hinge. So you bring your top leg way out here. Keep your shoulders down. Pull your toes back towards you. See, you can release and then go back into it. So pull the toes, and you're coming way down here as far as you can with your upper body. Okie dokie. Then you come back, bring that knee in. Now, here's what everybody wants to do. Everybody wants to go back here and push themselves up. You're going to be straining your back, straining your shoulders, and everything else. Don't do that. So once you've come up here, you're rolling. See, roll. Get to where you can roll. Okay? See how I'm rolling? So don't help yourself up at this point. Bring your knees here and roll over to the other side. And depending on whatever's going on with you, a shoulder, a hip, a knee, whatever, a foot, you're going to know which side you need to push up on. Now you want to get to where you can push up on both sides. So once I've gone from here, and when you're rolling over at this point right here, keep your knees very bent. Put your elbows down. It'll open you up here, but it won't strain your back. A lot of people, when they get to this point, which is what I was saying a while ago, they want to get up. Don't do that. Roll back and forth, back and forth. And so don't do it fast. Once you've gone back and forth several times, then you push up on your side and you're on your hands and knees, okay? Now, this is where a lot of people might think, oh, well, she's done. I am not. My little chair is here, but I'm not going to use it. We're going to get up, but we're going to come right back down. I told you I was going to show you 2 or 3 ways in order to get up off the ground. We've already used it with a chair. We've used it many ways, several ways. And now I have nothing to grab onto, see? So my toes are dug in, see? I tighten in my tummy. I push into the heels. And I don't straighten my legs. I come back. And at this point, you equalize because you may be a little dizzy. So take a big breath, drop your shoulders, and then press, and you're up. Look around, check, see if everything's okay. I'm presuming that you fell or something, okay? Then I'm gonna go right back down because it was so fun down there. And why would I want to go back down? If you're a little dizzy, either go here or go lower, one or the other. Because the lower you get, the less you're going to fall if you do fall. I hope you're laughing. Okay, 3-point stance for my guys. Okay, and for my girls that have played football or any kind of sport, really. So 3-point stance, rotate, come right back down. And see, I had to use my stomach a lot to get in this position. And if I use this as a training modality, this position right here, toes under, tight tummy, shoulders down, breathe, push, don't hold your breath, come right into here, and come here, and then come back down. Tap, and then push back, come right here, and come down. I'm going to do it one more time. It's so fun. Here we go. Take a breath. Do not hold your breath. Exhale as you're coming up. That's the effort. And then come back down. Okay? If you got to where you could do that right there, coming off the floor several times a day, you would start noticing your mobility being so much better. So I'm going to go right down into the floor, right there. See that? Now I'm going to bring those heels up. But when I bring my heels up, many of you are tempted to bring your shoulders up. We will do that, but right now I want to keep your shoulders down. Okay? And I'm going to bring my heels into like as if I was going to try to touch my hip, but they just don't touch. See that? Yeah, you're going to feel your hamstrings. You're going to feel your quads. Keep your shoulders down. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing in through the nose. Now you're going to do the point flex. Circle, circle. Yes. And then you're going to come down. Okie dokie. Now we're going to come and push ourselves back up because we know how. So elbows pushing. Take a breath. Bring the butt up. come up, hands and knees. And I want you to take a snapshot in your head of this position, because we're going to do this very position in just a moment, and it's called the dead bug. But right now we're going to use it for our back extensors, and we're going to move. We're not going to do repeats of a move. We're going to go from one move to the other move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out with my leg. I'm going to go up with my hand. Notice I didn't say out. I'm just going to hover my hand. I'm going to lift so that I'm on my knee and my hand. Okay, opposite is down. Drop your shoulders. And I'm just hovering right here in case I need to put, I need to correct an out of balance situation. Just hover. Now, don't think you have to take your leg way up yet, but I'm going to go reach. Then I'm going to go under and I'm going to dip. See how I'm coming down? Keep your shoulder down. I'm just going to come down here like I'm going to get my forehead super close to the floor and try to stay on balance. So you're here, and then you go under with the hand. You lower yourself. Then you come back. Then you bring it in. See, I only did it twice. Stay with me. Okay? Now I'm going to take the other leg back. Okay? So whatever leg goes back, the opposite hand is the one that's going to lift. See that? And you just hover there. And after you feel like, okay, I'm in control, then you bring the hand up just a little and you stretch out with your foot and your hand. Then you drop your shoulders, take a breath. You come under, you're going to try to keep your elbow tucked. Okay? Come down like you're going to try to get that forehead close to the ground. And don't be surprised if you're much better on one side than the other side. That is the way we are kind of put together. Take a big breath. And then you put injuries on top of that. You put arthritis, osteoporosis, injuries. Oh, this is a move that will help you move better. Is it fun to do? No, especially because you're trying to keep your your balance the whole time. Okay, big breath. We're on our hands and knees. Now I want you to remember how you got down in the floor just a while ago. So we're gonna come down. See that roll, 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 and I'm in the floor. See, I'm just coming here. I'm moving so you can see what I'm doing. So my hands are up. I told you this is the snapshot. I'm on my hands and knees, but I'm on my back now. Okay? Drop your shoulders, take a big breath, and you're on your hands and knees and you're doing a dead bug. Now what you're going to do here is you're going to take one leg down and touch the heel. Do not straighten your leg here. Okay, are you ready? Bring one heel down at a time. Those of you with delicate backs, especially with osteoporosis, you do not want to overload too much. So this is such a good training because it helps your core muscles and it keeps your back in neutral. Your hands are up here. We're going to start using them in just a second. Take a big deep breath. And I'm just in a dead bug. And I'm taking one leg down at a time. And I'm touching the heel. My knees are very bent. Because if I were with you, I would be down on the floor. And I would be looking right here. Because as you put your heel down, some of you flatten your back down. I want you to keep in neutral spine. So what does that mean? That means that I should just barely be able to put a little tiny toy car, a really small toy car under the small of your back as you touch your heel to the floor. Okay, just like that. Take a big deep breath. Big deep breath. And see, I'm just doing just taps and taps. And I don't want to do a lot of repeats. So I just want you to learn to move here. Now we're going to start adding. So now I'm going to extend the leg and I'm going to bring it down, but I'm maintaining that little toy car has to go under. That means I have to really super engage right here. Then I'm going to come back, take a big deep breath. So now, instead of just going from my hip hinge and touching my heel, now I'm going to extend the one leg at a time and bring it down as far as I can, but be careful what you're doing back here. You want a neutral spine. And then I come back up, take a big deep breath, and I might do it again. Take a big deep breath, drop your shoulders. Yeah. Then bring those knees in, because you should be like going, oh my goodness, I don't think I can do too many of these. It catches you. See here, I'm pulling these in now to my chest. Now I'm going to act like that I'm going to keep my knees in, take a breath. As I exhale, I'm going to bring my head off the floor, okay? And just hang out here for just a second. Point, flex, circle, circle, point, flex, breathe. Circle, circle, point, flex, circle, circle, bring your head down, okay? Now you should have done all of that with your shoulders down. Take a breath. Anytime I say take a breath, that means through the nose. Now release your hands. Now hold your knees here all on their own. Take a big breath. Lift your head, but don't curl your neck. Just straight up like you're trying to put your forehead on my hand, and my hand is right here over your face. And hold it there for just a few seconds. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. As you're holding it, you take one hand down above your head, take a breath, then the other hand down, take a breath, grab under, put your head down. Okay, if that move was pushing your butt, then you know that you need to keep working at this particular move. A lot of people will gloss right over some of these very important mobility and strength moves for neck, core, when they're in the floor. So let's do it just one more time, okay? Because I know you love it so much. So I'm in a dead bug. All right, we've already done our heel touches. See, we've done our heel touches. We're maintaining neutral. We don't just cram our back flat. It's really engaging here, okay? And then we've done our extension of our leg while we maintain neutral, okay? And then we did hands under the legs, and we just lift the head up while you contract your tummy muscles. And my forehead is like, pretend my hand is right here. I've done this so many times with clients. I put my hand right here and I said, put your forehead or your nose on my hand and then bring it down. And usually they can't hold it for very long. Okay, so once you've done that, let your neck rest by turning, putting your chin over your shoulder while you're in the floor. Then come neutral, then turn it to the side, release, take a breath, and come back down. Now we're going to put our feet down. Now we're going to squeeze the butt and lift the hips, really come up there. And as you come down, work your spine like it was a string of pearls. And you're coming down, and the coccyx, your tailbone should come down last. Do a little rock with a pelvic tilt, then you rotate back. Then you come up, squeeze your butt, lift, 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 lift. So you don't just go up and down like a block. Your spine has to move. So as you're coming down, you're coming one vertebrae at a time. Yeah, just like that. And the very last thing down is your coccyx, your tailbone. Then you come, do a pelvic rock, up, and then come back down, squeeze your butt, lift, 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 lift. Take a big deep breath and come back down, down, down. String of pearls, string of pearls, string of pearls. Now we're going to rotate over. We only did that twice. Now we're rotating over the midline. I see my knees are very bent. Okay, my arms are out, very bent. I mean, very straight. My legs are bent. And then I'm just going to ease. See, I see what I'm doing. I'm easing my legs to go straight. Yes, in that position, my shoulders are both on the ground. So if you're having a problem with your shoulder being up here, I would rather you not straighten your legs so much, bend your legs, and I would rather you try to get both shoulders down on the ground in this move. Okay, once you've achieved that, then you can go straighter with your legs. Okay, dokie. Take a big breath. Yeah, that multiple breaths. Breathe it in and then one little snort in. Okay, here I'm coming back to the center. Okay, are you ready? Hands are out. In fact, they could be up, but your shoulders have to maintain down. Okay, and one side on you is going to be harder to do than the other. See how I'm coming down to the side? My knees are very bent. See that? Then once I have maintained shoulders are both down and I'm all the way across, then I sneak my legs into a straight position, okay? And you try to do it across. Go ahead and cross and straighten the top leg, then straighten the lower leg, okay? Keep your shoulders down. Take a breath. If your shoulders are not down, again, what do? Shorten up your legs, get the shoulder down, then try to go straight. Okie dokie. Take a big breath through your nose. Now, when you're ready to come out of this, shorten your legs, bend them, then come into here, into the down position. Okie dokie. Now we're going to do what's called an L stretch. So once you're in this position, your toes are in dorsiflexion, okay? Especially the lower one. Don't let the toe go out to the side. It's straight down. Your knee is in here as far as it can go. Okie dokie. And if you can't get your knee over your belly button, bend it, okay? Then just go up as far as you can, but don't let it shake and don't let it come away from your belly button. In other words, don't straighten it out here. That won't help what I'm trying to do with your hamstrings. Keep your knee in and go straight. Drop your shoulders, take a big breath through the nose, straighten, point flex on the top, point flex, then release. Hold that as much as you possibly can. This is our L stretch, very beneficial. Then you come in, go down, this position right here with your toes in line with your knees is, and drop your shoulders. This is the position where a practitioner, she's a physical therapist, her name is Meg Meeker. I think it's Meg Meeker, Sarah Meeker, I don't know, Meeker method. It's osteoporosis. This is a realignment position right here. Keep your shoulders down. Big breath through the nose, release. Now bring the other leg in. Gonna go into that L position. Okay, and I've already told you how to get toward this L position. Don't let your lower leg drift to the outside. It wants to stay straight up and down. Bring your knee in, bend it if you need to, and then try to go into a straighter position, but do not force it. Just work it into there. Okay, and if you can't achieve that particular L, then bend your knee a little bit. That's okay. Your knee is still over your belly button. Got it? Okay, big breath into the nose. Pull that up. And you can point, flex, circle, circle. Yeah, take a big deep breath, come back in, bring those knees in, and you're gonna roll. And don't do that move fast. Roll, you might have to hang on, then come up so that you feel things aren't spinning. See that? And you might even go from this right here, this position, see, to this position. You want to be able to do this move very easily, okay? So you lean back a little and you rotate. See that? It's a very important move. Let me see where we're at. Go ahead and do that a couple of times. Okie dokie. Oh, time flies. Chrissy's going to be coming on saying, I got to go, Jeannie. Okay, come to your hands and knees. Yes. Some of you may need to use your chair to get up. That's okay. But I really want you to get to where you can tighten your tummy, drop your shoulders, take a breath, exhale. Come right here. Equalize. Don't just come straight up. I'm telling you, equalize. Take those few seconds to equalize or you're going to find yourself right in the floor again. Okay? That's just the way it is. Then come up. So this was, I've fallen and I can get up. I hope everybody was able to do it with me. Remember, it hurts me more than you.